You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. Zero. When it comes out, zero.
Hello guys, welcome again to the live stream. Well, Bitcoin is doing something we were expecting before, right? So the projection yesterday is, and actually still present, well, Bitcoin is just a bounce. This is a bounce, right? This is a bounce, and the projection is to the downside. Now, we have the sell signal yesterday, of course, here. We have this sell signal, Bitcoin testing the MA55 here, and we have this rejection. But the game is very simple. I mean, you have here time, we have time, as you can see here, maybe after 12 hours, I will say maybe today. Any close below $20,000, 300 around there, this area, any close below the MA21, I will say, you will see continuation, and after test to maybe $18,000, and potentially continuation to the downside. Now, we have here in the 12-hour chart, as you can see here, well, we have the same problem as usual. Bitcoin with this bounce here, this bounce, yes, yeah, this bounce. Well, let me tell you something, my friend. In the next maybe 24 hours, you will see the curve is gonna test the zero line here, and also this asset in 12 hours even cannot test the MA21, as you can see here. So the projection is to the downside, continuation. Time is almost over, and I can tell you right now, Bitcoin actually is gonna break potentially 17K. So one day chart, well, today we have the ADX positive, even if the curve is showing maybe potential buy signal, potentially maybe. This is just continuation. Now, the close is very simple. Any close below 20K, I would say 20K today, you will see this as a rejection and continuation to the downside. And also, this is gonna be full retrace all the way down to at least testing this, the lowest point, maybe yes, around maybe $18,000, $19,000, and maybe potentially continuation. So, well, as you can see here, technical analysis is working. I'm very happy to see it. Also, you are trading 1 hour chart, actually 1 hour chart. Well, the sell signal, we have various divergence, as you can see here from, let me, one moment, here, yes, from this point, this point and this point, as you can see here, we have actually this point and this point, and also this point and this point, and also I was looking for this signal actually, yes, around here, around $21,000, 400, 500 was the target for me, I mean the area. And as you can see here, testing the MA55, that is the setup I was looking for yesterday, remember? Okay, so very good. Now, what's next? Well, it's simple. I protected my entry, and I don't care. Even Bitcoin just can move again to the upside and to the moon, maybe yes, but the biggest thing here is risk management. The point is here, I didn't lose. The losing scenario for me, well, doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. That's why risk management is the most important thing, even before of thinking of making money. Very good advice I can tell you right now is you are more worried about your risk management. That is, eventually you will make it better. Now, let's talk about the higher time frames again. A 5-day chart, we have the next close. We are gonna have the next close in 3 days more. 3 days more, so it's not relevant. Let me see the 3-day chart if I can see something else. 3-day chart, yes, we have a new close actually last night. Yes, okay. Let me tell you something. We don't have something, nothing. We don't have nothing here. Let me show you here. Nope. You think is this a potential reversal? I don't think so. Any close, 4-hour chart closing below 20K, you will see full rejection and continuation to the downside. Now, remember, weekly chart, we have something very important right now. Invalidation with the bullish divergence it was forming. So in general, based on this, and also based on the OBV, like as you can see, it's just falling. Well, I am expecting continuation to the downside, and this is just a normal bounce in a very healthy downtrend. Okay, now you ask me, okay, one day you are gonna be bullish again. I am not bearish or bullish, just I am sharing my technical analysis. That's it. Okay, so if you want to see reversals here, it's very simple. You need to see Bitcoin breaking the MA55, testing this area, and after that, yes, you can expect maybe continuation to the upside. It's like something like A, B, C, right? A, B, and C. something like this, the reversal patterns. But we don't have it. So as I said before, 4-hour chart rejected by MA55, 12-hour chart, time is almost over technically, maybe the other 24 hours I would set. Any close below 20k, I think I feel very comfortable with my shorts, and eventually I'm expecting other leg down to $19,000 and potentially a break because in the macro time frames, 17k, 18k was the first target that I hit, yes, but based on volume, I mean, because I am following volume, that is one of the most important things I am doing, is I am following actually is from this point and this point is around 19 to 17k, around here, this area, yeah, around this area, not perfect, but this area is a temporal area of support. Of course, I was expecting a reaction, yes, but eventually you will see this area breaking down. Any close below 20k, I will say this is like enough for me to say 17k will not hold anymore, and you will see 14k and so on. Now, let's talk about the USD dominance, because USD dominance is doing something very interesting right now. Remember, it's the most bullish chart in all the market right now. At least all the charts I see, this is the most bullish chart I can see. And one day chart, we have this pullback, yes, and look at this. We don't have bearish divergence. Potentially we will see a bounce, yes. Maybe other test to 17, 18k, maybe yes, and from there maybe a bounce, potentially yes, who knows, right? But we are ready for all the potential scenarios, right? So even if we have, for example, Bitcoin is dropping to 17, 18, and it's not breaking down, that is the most important thing, it's not breaking down, we are gonna see a sell signal here in one day chart, and potentially we are gonna see a bounce, yes. We are gonna see a bounce for Bitcoin, but it's just gonna be a bounce, no more than that. Why? Because we don't have bullish divergence, bearish divergence in this asset. The ADX is still positive, so I think breaking 20k for Bitcoin today, I am expecting that actually. Breaking, you will see invalidation, what I'm saying right now, and potentially you will see other leg up for USD dominance. So what is the scenario right now I'm looking for? Bearish divergence in one day chart for at least for one day USD. So something like this, right? So that implies, well, new highs. That is the problem, right? If you want to see bearish divergence here, is because you want to see new highs for this asset, right? So something like this, and you see better divergence here, and yes, you have your setup and potentially major correction, yes. So I am not saying Bitcoin is full crashing just like Shiba Inu, no, but the trend is your friend, and the trend is to the downside for Bitcoin and to the upside for this asset. This asset is very strong. Why? Because even with that, I mean, testing the levels I was expecting like 2 months ago. I said in this live stream, I was expecting around 9-10% around there. I'm very happy to see actually my first target hit. I am looking for the next target, it's around 10. You ask me why? Well, it's because I'm using Fibonacci levels for this, right? So now here, imagine like how strong is right now USD dominance. Like even in 4-hour chart is bouncing here. And sorry, in one day chart is even it's not testing the MA21, not yet. So it's gonna take time. We have this buy signal present, yes. In USD dominance, well, auto test at least to 9% in 4-hour chart. That is the target I'm gonna start looking for. Now the 12-hour chart, let me show you here in USD dominance. Is about to test zero line here, all in the MA55, MA21. Sorry, this is like this. Okay, this is continuation to the upside. Yeah, so eventually we will see a better divergence forming in 12 hours, maybe yes, but it will take maybe all this week. So you can expect at least all this week, at least other test to the lows, the same lows for Bitcoin and new highs, or maybe new highs, or at least that's in the previous high for USD dominance. Now, let's talk about the the most important thing I am expecting for this market all this year, is very simple. The monthly close. The monthly close for Bitcoin is the most important asset right now. It's the most important chart right now for me. Not for this year, it's for all the history of Bitcoin. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but Bitcoin is about to do something like no one is expecting. Yeah, especially the crypto lovers. But closing like this in 1 week, we will have eventually the first bear monthly bear market, the first bear market, official bear market for Bitcoin. Okay, the first bear market, and I can tell you right now, if we see this close, of course we are gonna see nice bounces, but all this year and maybe 6 months or maybe 7 months of 2023, in general, it's gonna be very bad. Okay, that's why as investor, I wanna see Bitcoin closing above 25k next Friday. I mean, next Friday, I wanna see next Friday. I need to see Bitcoin closing about 25, 26k the monthly. If I don't see it, well, it's a very good indication and warning, like something new is about to happen. Now, let me show you something here. Is the one moment. Nope, it's not this one. It's the regression. The regression, yes, here. Logarithmic regression weekly chart here. And let me show you here the weekly chart. Okay. Now, as I said before, as investor, this is the best time for all of us. I mean, who you are an investor, of course, you're planning to invest in the cryptocurrencies. Well, Bitcoin is very close. We are gonna see the bottom maybe this month. That is my expectation. Of course, maybe this week or maybe next week, or yeah, potentially around there. But the only thing I can tell you right now, based on this regression channel, is between 16k and 12k. That is the area I'm gonna start looking for the potential bottom of this market. At least the macro bottom, yes, and from here in some point around here, I am expecting a big bounce where all the people will be bullish again in some point this year. I mean, maybe 1 month or 2 we will be bullish. Well, that is the thing, right? It depends of this monthly close. Remember, this month in 1 day, in 1 week, sorry, we will see 6 months close, 3 months, 2 months, and I mean, it's a huge. It's very important for me. I know many people, actually, especially YouTubers, they don't talk about these kind of things because they are more worried about the RSI is oversold. Okay, let's buy because the RSI is oversold. Okay, yeah, good luck. So this is the area. I am not financial advisor, my friends. Remember, if you burn, you give, you lost, whatever you do with your cryptocurrencies, well, they are your cryptocurrencies. Okay, I am not financial advisor. And especially if you are in my Discord and you are asking for advice and you're asking for, hey, show me how to trade this and that, please. I don't want to be rude, but at least you cannot expect that from me because it's something like I don't do. I like to share my technical analysis, my system, and I invite you to study and learn because my group is for students. It's not a place where you are gonna find signals or this kind of things. Okay. So you are here is because I believe you want to improve your technical analysis and your performance as a trader, right? So okay, so let's continue. What I'm going to do is very simple. Around this area, because with 14k, if I see of course 14k and this area, of course this area between 14k and lower, even to 0, I don't care. This is the area I'm gonna start looking for potential long positions or maybe buying a spot. What I'm gonna buy in a spot? Well, first of all, I cannot tell you right now here. I mean, not exactly. The only thing I can tell you right now is I am planning to buy the top 10 altcoins. Yep, because I know they will follow Bitcoin, but not shit tokens and not that kind of garbage. No. Why? It's simple. Because the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance is very bad for altcoins. Okay, we are technically like analysis in Bitcoin season. Okay, so this asset is just testing here in testing the middle area of this range, but eventually I'm expecting this bounce. So with this bounce, you will see all your tokens, the next Bitcoin you have or whatever you believe in altcoins, all of them, they will crash and they will break previous lows actually. So just the only top 10, for example, Ethereum, BNB, these kind of coins, right? Like the top 10, they will follow Bitcoin in the next bounce. Okay. In 2017-18, it was very funny, right? Because Bitcoin is pumping, but all the alts are crashing. Yes, because the Bitcoin dominance is increasing. That is the problem. When you see the Bitcoin dominance increasing, the general rule is all the market, all the altcoins will crash. Simple. Just the top 10, they will follow Bitcoin, and that's it. Now that is my plan. Yeah. So I am still studying the charts because I am very picky with this, very special, because in general all the markets I am very defensive, as I said before. So, but if you are in the private channels, maybe in the investing, because it's for long term, I'm gonna post eventually my portfolio, what I'm doing. Of course, remember, this is not a financial advice, and just I'm sharing what I'm doing right now, but it's up to you, you do it or not, okay? It's by your own risk. Okay, so let's continue. Now, the next chart I wanna show you here is of course, the total 2. The total 2 here is in macro time frames. This is very simple. I am looking for continuation to the downside. Yes, around 350. So that means other 20-30% crash for all the altcoins. And the reason is simple, because well, the ADX is still positive here. We have invalidation, the bullish divergence actually with this close. And the most important thing here is the monthly. The monthly, yes, if Bitcoin is gonna crash, like I'm expecting it's gonna crash more, yeah, you will see invalidations of the MA55. Any close in 10 days, 1 week, any close for Bitcoin and the altcoins, and this asset, this chart, sorry, any close below 500, I would say, you will see, of course, at least after 2 or 3 months, 350. And there, maybe around this area, when you see the market crashing around this area, it's the same for altcoins, right? If you are thinking to hold maybe some altcoins, well, that could be maybe potentially a good area to start thinking maybe altcoins. The problem is the volatility. Altcoins with volatility very high, so you must be ready to be in red. I don't know, maybe 3-4 months, 60% down. So that is the problem. That's why risk management is the most important thing for me. Now, let's continue. If you want me to check some altcoins, please let me know. Okay, so I'm gonna continue just with the usual altcoins. So I am checking altcoins, just the top 10. Around Cardano, BNB, Ethereum, just the most important and also the oldest. Why? Because I want to see what Bitcoin or what the market is doing in general. For example, Cardano. Right now here, this is the monthly. Monthly is continuation. The monthly, right? Any close below 0.40, continuation to 0.20 and 0.10 eventually. So let me show you the 1-day chart. Because people are asking me about Cardano right now. I don't know why. They are bullish. The fork, right? The new fork. The new update. So innocent. They are so innocent. Okay, so here, this asset is like this. Okay, it's gonna break down. But you will have potentially a buy signal here. Well, let me tell you something, my friend. We have here, this is the lowest point of Cardano, right? Yes, and we have rejection of the MA55 here, and it's getting rejected by the MA21. So this is we have 2 options here. This asset is gonna hold here for maybe 10 days, waiting for the breakdown of Bitcoin. Because the problem is the ADX. The ADX is below 23, and it's negative. So this move is not strong for bulls. Okay, so that is the problem. Now, if I show you the 5-day chart here, it's more clear, right? What is this? This is continuation to the downside. The ADX here is very sad, but it's about 23 level, so you can expect continuation to the downside. Okay. Okay. Yes, of course. Tron. Let me check Tron. Here, Tron. In 1-day chart. Okay, in 1-day chart, well, you are using a beautiful bounce to keep falling. Okay, this is the thing. Here, ADX positive here, ADX negative here, with the potential buy signal here, and you will see a test around 0.06, 0.07. Well, you will see continuation to the downside. Now, invalidation is very simple. If you see Tron holding 0.06 maybe for 10 days, even if Bitcoin is crashing, well, that is a very good sign. Okay, but if you bought here at 0.04, 0.05, and you are a trader, of course, you're not a holder, you're a trader. Around 0.36, around this level, actually, this level and 0.07 is the area I'm gonna start looking for. I will start looking for selling. Okay, not buying. Now, if we talk about higher time frames, this is just sideways. As you can see here, we have 2 range. This is the bottom of the range. This area. And we have the top of the range is this area. Okay, so this asset is still in range, but the projection is to the downside. Why? Because here in 5-day chart we have sell signal here present, so eventually it's something like this, and it's gonna start trending to the downside right now in 5-day chart. So in weekly chart here, Same thing. You see sell signal ADX negative. Well, the technical analysis is more simple right now. It's like this. Okay. Yes, a small accumulation. You can say yes, fair enough, at least to keep the price here. But that is something like now. Watch what happened with OBB. OBB totally destroyed. You see, so in weekly chart. So any close below 0.45 around there, maybe today, tomorrow, you will see continuation. And this is not about the volume. This is just using price action. As I said before, why 0.40? Well, because here you have a very small price confluence here in this area. Okay, perfect. Now people very innocent, right? This is the bottom. Why? Because it's the previous high. Innocent. Okay, yeah. This is like this. Okay, there is nothing to support Cardano right now here. It's just about time. It's just about time. Okay. Now, okay, let's continue. Solana had a very nice bounce, actually, very nice bounce. I need to say. Now the question is, if Bitcoin breaks 17K, what will happen with Solana? Well, let me tell you something. I am not bullish or bearish. Yes, I'm telling you something. This reaction is a very good reaction, I need to say. Okay, so Solana potentially is forming finally a basement, and potentially this could be, you see Solana between 30 and 25 for maybe around, I will say all July. All July, we can start thinking maybe Solana finally found the bottom of this downtrend. Okay, so if that happened, of course we don't have confirmation right now because the DX is positive, but the good thing here is below the 23, and also we have bullish divergence here. So the only question is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is not crashing, or is crashing, okay, to 14K, whatever, but Solana is holding $25, well, is looking constructive, because actually Solana must hold this area, because breaking this area, you will see Solana in some point this year at $5. Okay, so that is just about time. Okay, it's just about time. Now let's talk about Ethereum. Yeah, okay, let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum, yeah, right, $1,000, any close, yeah, I mean, this is continuation to the downside. There is nothing to stop, I mean, at least with just price action, there is nothing to stop Ethereum to go to $500, actually. That is a target I will start looking for. Let me show you here. Yes, there is no volume to hold here. This area, of course, it was obvious, very area of support around $1,000. The problem here is Ethereum is doing something like I don't want to see for Bitcoin. Ethereum broke the previous high here in 2017. That is the first hint, like something not good is happening right now. Okay, so any close, I will say, when the chart closing below $1,000, you will see other leg down to 900, and if this area breaks, I mean this area breaks, you will see next target actually full retrace to 500. And maybe there you will see the bottom of this market. Maybe. Okay, so let me continue. Let me see. You have any other coin? Please just let me know in the comments. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Nope. I think. Yeah. SP500. Let's talk about the stocks because, well, it's very sad, right? But Bitcoin is following the SP500. There's a very good correlation between Bitcoin and the SP500. Okay, so in weekly chart for this asset, let me show you here. For this asset, the ADX is still positive. Bullish divergence totally destroyed here, as you can see here. The value is 35, so officially it's turning very hard to the downside. The SP500, and well, I'm expecting around 3,500 because it's the monthly. The monthly is now the most important chart right now for me. I will set order test maybe around 3,500. As long as the monthly is closing about here, about this level, no problem at all. I mean, I'm expecting this potentially July. You can expect a bounce. Okay, the trend is your friend, and the trend is to the upside. Okay, regardless what the media said, if the war, if the pandemic, I don't care. That's why I don't care. I mean, when I'm trading, I don't watch, I don't listen, I don't follow, I don't do that kind of things. It's because the Fed, is because the interest, because the war, because the aliens. No, it's not like that, at least not with me. Okay, That's why I was ready for this, or we were ready, especially you are watching this live stream, we were ready for this kind of scenarios in November, 7 months ago. Not the bear market started for them where 2 weeks ago. When 2 weeks ago? For us, 6 months ago, I think. Okay, so now they are calling for the worst in the history, right? The worst thing, blah 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 blah, is like this. Okay, I finish. Okay, the trend is your friend. Okay, the trend is your friend, and this is, even if you see a pullback to 3K maximum, this is like this. Okay, maybe in some point you will see even this test, maybe this year, whatever, but the trend is your friend, and the trend is to the upside. Okay, simple. Okay, so let's continue. Let me see if I am missing something. Yeah, okay, let's talk about gold. Gold is not doing anything. I was checking, someone asked me about gold. It's the same thing. It's still in this sideways here in the highs. Yes, you can say, okay, but maybe it's gonna crash or it's gonna drop. Maybe potentially yes to 1,700, but it's just a little bit, just 5-6%. And from here, continuation to the upside. Why? Because it is just a bounce. Doesn't 55 to what? Keep moving up. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. I think I'm done with Bitcoin and all the altcoins, because actually mostly all of them, they are doing the same thing. So let's talk about just Bitcoin a little bit more here. The short-term technical analysis for Bitcoin in 4-hour chart. Okay, you are thinking, oh, should I enter right now? Well, the entry was yesterday, at least with my system, not, I don't know, other systems, but at least with my system yesterday, the entry was yesterday, not today. The entry was around here, around $21,000 and $20,500 on this area. So the projection for Bitcoin in one 4-hour chart is like this, in 12-hour chart is like this, and 1-day chart is the same. Okay, so Bitcoin is like this, is going to 0. Okay, it's simple. It's going to 0. No, I am kidding. Okay, what is a snap? Snap. It's not. It's not. Well, okay. Okay. Let me check. Snap. Is this one? This one, right? Very good, beautiful downtrend. Let me see what I did here, because someone asked me before, I think. Oh yeah. Oh my God. You see, my target hit beautiful. You see here. Okay, perfect. Okay, no problem. Okay, you are in okay, in 4-hour chart, you said, in 4-hour chart and 1-day chart. Okay, 4-hour chart is in downtrend here. Well, this is actually in sideways. Let me see. Okay, this is sideways choppy market right now. I will say this continuation. I mean, this is looks like in the short term, it looks like a consolidation here. So let me show you here the 1-day chart here. The 1-day chart, the projection, I think is easier to. Okay, you follow in my system today. Yesterday actually, you have 10 days to see a bounce. Okay, MA21 $15 minimum, and the next target it could be 20. Now the time is very important. When you see the curve testing the center line here, and this asset is still in sideways, cancel your trades. Why? Because the next sell signal here, you will see continuation to the downside. Okay, but fair enough. This is the most important area for Snap right now. Why? Because if you see the macro time frames, I know you don't want to see this. It's boring, right? Because you have to wait 1 month or 2. Well, you are in the highest area of demand for this asset. So if you ask me, in my humble opinion, short in this area is very stupid. Okay, no thank you, no short. This is like this. Okay, simple. Even if you have, but the ADX is positive. No, as long as it's holding this area for months, I mean, I'm talking about maybe the rest of the year, in sideways here, eventually here you will see a big bounce in the monthly. Okay, same for Netflix, same for Facebook, same for many of them. Okay, no Jack, let me check BNB. Okay, let me see. I don't know, please specify the time frame. Okay, but for BNB is very easy. Any close below 200, bye bye. 200 is the last hope for this asset. Yeah, any close below 200 in 1 day, at least 1 day chart closing below 200, you will see continuation, and not just continuation, you will see a sell-off actually to at least $100. Actually, I need to say. But let me show you here the 1 day chart, because you asked for the 1 day chart. Okay, nasty bounce, or is very bad here, continuation to the downside. Let me see here. Potentially we will see the bounce, the signal potentially maybe next week, when you see the ADX get a negative here and you see the curve doing this, the dark purple, potentially you will see the bounce, but not today. Yeah. So also if Bitcoin is gonna break down like I'm expecting, you will see this invalidation and you will see continuation. And just remember, if BNB breaks 200, well, to the moon, right? To the moon. Okay, my friends, I think I'm done for today. I know maybe the markets, they are not very impressive today. They are boring. It's normal. Yeah. But yeah, recap, as I said before, Bitcoin in 1 day chart is like this. All the time frames is to the downside. Okay, at least for today. Maybe next week. One thing here. As I said before, for me, this is the last week to see Bitcoin. I mean, if this is gonna be a bear trap, a massive bear trap like 2020, the moving average, yeah, here, because now people, oh my god, the 200 moving average is the strongest support, right? Yeah, okay, let me tell you something. If this is gonna be a real bear trap and this is gonna happen something like this, watch what happened in the history of Bitcoin. First week, downside, right? Second week, Bitcoin was here. That is the same thing I want to see this week. If I see after 2-3 days closing, actually almost Friday or this weekend, even Bitcoin is closing below 23k, this is not a bear trap, my friend. This is not a bear trap, and this is just going to zero. Below 10k, maybe yes. Yeah, I mean, let me try to explain this. Now people, they are calling for 14k, 10k, and these kind of things right now, right? When we were at $69,000, well, they called me crazy, right? And now they said, no, it's because they made 200, moving average 200 is the biggest support, blah, 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 and here to the moon, right? Well, let me repeat again. The reason why I am thinking Bitcoin is gonna test 14k is simple. This test and this test were in the highest where Bitcoin was in the areas where Bitcoin has a lot of volume to support the price. Here and here. You see? This area and also this area. All this area, right? All this area is a big block. Now tell me here, where is the support based on volume? There is no support. So if I do a very, very simple technical analysis using just price action without doing anything, let me show you here. I'm going to hide this one. I'm going to hide. Okay. Yeah. Remember, indicators are just tools. Yeah. Actually, in my case, I don't need indicators to trade. I don't need indicators. They are tools. Okay. After you are watching many years the charts, eventually you will just understand how the market is working and also reading price action. This is very simple. Well, first of all, we need to mark not the line, because many newbies, they are doing this. My line, right? My line is super powerful, right? My line, oh my god, my line, my trend line is the most powerful line. If you see your YouTuber or whatever, if you are watching someone doing this, well, now you know who you can unfollow, right? So there are some principles, basic principles of price action. Okay, you need to start looking for confluence. Confluence is the most important thing in price action. Okay, where is your confluence? Well, confluence for this asset here is here in 30k, 35k, 30k, right? Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, around 8 points. Bitcoin was testing this area, right? Confluence. Okay, perfect. The second confluence for Bitcoin in the top was not 16k, was around 47k, 49k. Okay, as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, around 15, 16 points of confluence. Okay, now the next area of confluence, if this area breaks, where is the next area of confluence? Tell me. You know this rule, like confluence. Okay, is 20k, Oh, how many points you see here in 20K? 1, 2, 3. That's it. Now, where is the next area of confluence? Well, you don't have to be a scientist to understand like the next area of confluence is this area, right? So if Bitcoin breaks, actually that happened, that's why I said many times, if Bitcoin breaks 30K, where is the next area of confluence? Is this area. So if you see your line like this, the moving average doing this, but at the same time, you see the line is testing this area with confluence here in the past, potentially you will see some support. Here, confluence, all this area, you see, we have confluence. But now, the question is, if you see your famous line, moving average, testing this area, but there is no confluence, it's in the middle of nowhere, tell me, do you think it's gonna hold? I'm asking you, I mean, it's serious questions, okay? And that is the thing. People just, they don't want to do the homework, yeah? Now here, there is no, technically speaking, there is no confluence between 30K and 14K. This is an empty space, okay? So what is gonna happen? Because there is no confluence here, using just price action, this asset is gonna just test the next area of confluence around this area, yes, where between 14K and 10K, and after that, if we find support here, we are gonna see next bounce. Technically speaking, where is the next area of confluence? Ah, well, 30K, 28K, 32. You see here. Now, if we get rejected from here, there is nothing to stop this asset to keep testing again 10K, and you will see potentially a range in these areas, and we will see resolution in the future. You see? So that's why it's very important if you understand how the market is working, of course, with price action, right? And of course, if you want to add these kind of tools, they are tools. That is the problem. Indicators, they are tools. Okay, they are tools. Jack, maybe next time, okay? Next time, because I am almost done with this live stream. Maybe next time I will do it, okay, with more time. Okay, so right now weekly chart is doing this, and now, as I said before, especially if you are new in the live streams, pay attention for July 1st. Okay, July 1st is the most important date for me in all the history of Bitcoin, technically speaking. Why? Because 6 months chart is about to close, and you want to be bullish for Bitcoin, you need to see we need a miracle right now. Why? Because we need to see Bitcoin closing about 30K in the next 8 days to see continuation to the upside in the macro timeframes. Okay, if we see this close any below 30K in 6 months, I mean 6 month chart, yes, and right now like this is closing a reversal. Okay, this is reversal, and you will see eventually this area tested. So the best scenario for 6 month chart is between 10K and 14K, and the worst scenario, I mean, like, honestly, I am not expecting something like that. Is 4K. Okay, but this is like this. Actually, let me tell you something. This is a potential pattern like this. It's just a bounce, testing the MA21 in 6 months here, and that is the bullish scenario I will start looking for here. Okay, of course, remember it's 6 months, so that means all the next 6 months in 2022 and 2023. Okay, so that's why it's very important this close. And also we have here we have a shorting star in the tops in 6 months, and also in the 3 months chart we have this shorting star here in October 2021. That's why here I said this is to the downside. Okay, and also very important here, we have our new outer close in 1 week. Bitcoin found the bottom in the 3 month chart. Historically speaking, always when Bitcoin was testing the MA21 in 3 month chart, found the bottom. You see, technically speaking, yes, this potentially could be the bottom. Maybe yes, you're right. If we follow this, the problem is like something people they don't understand. Bitcoin in the world of trading is very young, just 10 years old. It's like a baby. Okay, why? Because, well, we have Bitcoin born in 2010, around there, and has never been in a bear market, never. Okay, so eventually we will see a bear market in monthly. Eventually we will see it. Now, if Bitcoin close in the next 10 days, July 1st, remember, 30K is the worst scenario in 6 months. Right now, if Bitcoin close below $22,000 or 20K, I will say, in the next 10 days, you will see for first time in the history as well, Bitcoin closing the 3-month chart, closing below the MA21, and I can say eventually this asset is gonna test out again the 14K, 10K level. Okay, so as I said many times, my technical analysis is based on facts. Okay, I am not following news, I am not following the fork, the blah blah blah. I don't care. Okay, I don't care. That for me, that kind of things for me is the retailer mentality. Retailer mentality. People, they are, oh, it's the future. You see the fork, the airdrop. Sorry, but that for me is a very innocent way to lose money, especially in bear markets. Okay, so let's continue here. In 2-month chart, as I said before, you will see potentially the 15K tested here and 14K. And as I said before, as investor, I don't want to see Bitcoin testing 14K, because if you see 14K tested in monthly, it's gonna be bad in the long term, of course. Okay, guys, so I think it's enough. It's enough for this this live stream. I'm done. I finished for today. Recap for Bitcoin, right? Let's do the recap, and after that, I think tomorrow we can keep studying the markets. Okay, so 4-hour chart here. 4-hour chart here is very simple. Any close below the actually I will say, yeah, right now, MA21, any close below here. Actually, with this previous close, I will say maybe just sideways and continuation to the downside. I am looking for $19,000, 18,000, this area to be tested again. And here is the hint. If we are gonna see a buy signal in 1-day chart, this area cannot break. Okay, this area cannot break. If you see this area breaking down, continuation 14K is the next level. Okay, so if you are bullish on Bitcoin, you will see something like this. Testing here and here, yeah, holding this area without making a new low, and from here you can expect, okay, potentially bounce signal in 1-day chart, and here you will see continuation to the upside. Okay, that is the bullish scenario. But based on the weekly and this kind of things, well, I think for now the probability to see more new lows are very high. Okay guys, so thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow.
You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. When it comes out,